What is up? Today we are looking at the brand new and upgraded Balrog Z by B1. B1's first ever direct drive model. In this exclusive first look, we'll be unboxing everything, taking a look at this beautiful board and all of the accessories included, as well as the components, specs, and everything you want to know about this model, as well as first ride experiences, so you can see how this handles in the real world. So welcome to the premiere unboxing of the brand new Balrog Z. Alright, so off the bat, let's get started with the box. Only one thing to do here. And immediately your eye is drawn to the Balrog logo, which is just super awesome, and it's mounted on this really nice thick metal base plate that you can tell is just not gonna break through. The board is constructed with 6 layers of maple and then 2 layers of textured fiberglass bamboo, which gives it this beautiful fish scale look. And then the board is covered in this sheen, matte, rubber truck bed like almost liner that you can tell is going to wash off really easily, last a long time without breaking down on you. So that is cool to see. The front base plate has a directional logo that reminds you which direction is forward. You know, very important not to mess that up and fall off. The grip tape is really thick and you can tell it's going to provide nice cushion and grip, but it's not flimsy to the point where it's going to fall apart or get bad in rain. You also get the first hint of the drivetrain, the direct drive motor system here, and that's going to be really clean, it looks like. But that's all we can see until I get this thing out of the box, so let's go. And once you get the board out, you can go underneath beautifully. We've got all of the goodies in the box here, and we will go over each and every one of these before too long. This board is just gorgeous from head to toe. The deck, the battery pack, the grip tape, everything that you'd expect from B1. But what's really cool is this is B1's first ever direct drive motor system, so it is going to have 70mm massive engines that are 1,300 watts nominal each, and those combine for an output of 3,000 watts max, which is just more than enough. Top speed of the motors is going to be 30 miles per hour or 48 kilometers per hour. With the Balrog Z, they've upgraded the Balrog's battery pack to use brand new LG cells that are state-of-the-art in a 12S 3P configuration. The new M50 LT cells are 15 amps and can compete with even the top-of-the-line Molicel offerings, beating them in some statistics. For delivery of these new cells allows it to have a 666 watt-hour capacity, leading to a range of over 32 miles, depending on rider weight, which is 52 kilometers for those of you not using Freedom units. If you look closely, you can see the outline for another one of the major upgrades to the Balrog models, which is going to be Hobbywing's newest 9028 ESC, which has been customized for the engines and remote that are used in the new Balrog models here. Now, all along the deck enclosure, there's a really nice soft foam seal, so you can tell that's going to give really good ingress protection. Along with the hub motors, this thing is rated for IP65 ratings, which means it'll take anything up to pretty much full submersion in water, which is super cool. It means this board can tolerate a lot. Not that you should disrespect anything, but you know, if you ride through a puddle, you're not gonna lose this thing. And speaking of the enclosure, it's got that same really nice material as the deck. You can tell it's solid. It is not gonna be messed up if you scratch it, anything like that. This thing can probably take some abuse, but it is just beautiful. And it is not shiny, it is matte, which was a nice surprise. I think a lot of shiny boards are pretty cool, but they just show everything, whereas this you can tell is gonna clean up if you treat it to any abuse. And here we're gonna see the TKP trucks. Those things are solid. You can see that they're machined. Everything is gonna be built to really take a lot of abuse, even though this thing is a street board, so you're not gonna get into too much trouble, but it seems like you can really adjust it to wherever you want, and it is not gonna strip out on you. So that is good to see, especially for some of the heavier riders out there. Probably the coolest feature on this board is really unassuming, which is B1's new luminous light up wheels. They look like regular 105mm cloud style wheels, but these things light up at night. It is super cool to see, and we can't show you quite yet, but we're gonna have a lot more good footage of that later. That's the main reason I got this board, just because it really stands out. Taking a closer look at the powertrain, we see this really clean wiring and then these nice quick connect, disconnect features that make servicing the board a lot easier if you need to. And as you pivot down, you'll see this beautiful aluminum heatsink, which is awesome because that's really going to help us dissipate heat off of these direct drive motors. The major advantages of direct drive motors are they're a lot smoother and quieter than belt or gear driven models a lot of the times, but they can struggle with heat dissipation, so it's cool to see that B1 handled that. What's crazy about this board is even though it has really decent specs and it can perform, it only weighs 24 pounds, and that's due to the innovation on the deck, the trucks, everything they've done on these new Balrogs, including the new LG cells that they have in there. So even though it can go 30 miles per hour and has 32 miles of range, you can pick it up with one hand, depending on how strong you are. I'm not like the strongest guy, but that is super easy for me. You can put it down, and I'm guessing you can actually really easily, let's see here, flip it over, put it up. Let's find the center of gravity right there. Yeah, you can side carry this thing. Wow, super easy. So cool thing, this thing can go anywhere with you. Like, it's not one of those boards where you're gonna have a hard time fitting it in. You can probably prop it up in any car, things like that. So that is super cool to see for such a competent, fast, long-range board. Now, the big thing B1 advertises with the Balrog Z, the direct drive model, is the fact that it's supposed to be really smooth, comfortable, and carvable, comparable to surfing or snowboarding, which I know. So we'll see how that compares. This is my first time stepping on. And, wow. Okay. And immediately feels really nice. Holy crap. Might be a little bit loose for my taste. Oh, you can see the wheels there. Man, no, this is great. It's super flexible. I can really feel the fact that the deck is giving a little bit under my weight, and I'm a light guy, so that's nice to see, but it feels solid. And the trucks are just exactly responding the way you want to see. Loose into it, firm all the way out, but they're not going to let go on you. So that is awesome. We'll see if the remote and the push to start is any good. And yeah, just by rolling around like that, I've already got it going. I haven't done anything with this remote yet, so cool to see that. And let's see, first time here. Oh wow, all right. We're live. So no reverse automatically, but I'm guessing press the mode button twice, and we're going there. All right, and we can see the wheels. So this thing is awesome already. Oh my goodness. Yeah, can't describe how nice the flex is on it immediately. Can't wait to get this thing out and go for a ride on it. All right, so here we are at night. It is completely dark. You can't see anything at all right now, and I'm just gonna turn the board on. And there it goes. Holy crap, there it goes. Wow. Look at that when we're on the board. It is so cool. I can't describe at night how awesome this looks. There's a view of the lights. We'll actually come into the light here and see the board. Now is actually a good time to show you the remote. Power it on. Turns on super quickly, connects to the board right away. Graphics on it are really good. You're gonna have your battery levels for your remote and your board. You've got your directions. Press the mode button twice, you switch directions. You can see the arrow there change, super nice. And then you're also going to have the mode button 4 different modes. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 for your different acceleration and speed settings. And then as you can see, it handles itself pretty nicely, so no complaints there. I'm just gonna Alright, and we are here seaside. If you can see that in the background. Super cool, you know, whale skeleton over there. This is going to be the first ride on the board. We've got a nice parking lot to go through here. You can do a bunch of figure eights, pretty safe. So let's see how this thing does. All right. We're on speed mode right now. The trucks just feel buttery, but they're not loose or sloppy. Turns immediately felt nice. Leaning in, toe side, heel side, shifting my weight from my hips or from my feet, either way, the ball responded nicely. It really is stable for such a light board. I was surprised by that. And its ability to hold and grip on corners, even just with these 105mm wheels, is incredible. As you can see here, off-roading is not an issue. Keep in mind this isn't rocks, but it is large gravel and it handles. Same thing with rough pavement. It'll get you to those places with the beautiful views. The torque is great for uphills. It's as much as you need. The brakes are powerful but smooth and feel natural. They won't send you off. The trucks are really stable and feel great even at the top speed of the board. Well, they're still carvy and buttery smooth. It's kind of beautiful because it feels like no matter what speed you're going, this board is just perfectly tuned for the speed range it's capable of. And by the end of the day, 20 miles later, I had become a lot more comfortable with putting my weight into the board and really just trusting, sticking into that curve. I had so much fun on my first day with Balrog Sea. I can't wait to keep getting out there and putting more out for you guys to see. Now, this isn't the end of the video, but I just wanted to say, if you guys have any questions or comments, put them all in the comments below. I'd love to hear back, and I appreciate everything you guys do to support the channel. And that being said, this is exciting to say. This is the first time our channel has ever had a code to use with a company. We partnered with B1. It's been in the works for a while. I have worked so hard to do all of the filming, editing, everything for this video. I had such a blast testing this all out, and the hardest part was not telling people about it while I was putting this all together. So if you're interested in something, you can use code Redwood Boarding, which is just weird. You can use code Redwood Boarding to save extra money on top of any of your purchases. It doesn't mess with other deals. You still get the best deals. It doesn't take any away the bonus items that you might get. It's just extra savings on top of B1's already really good prices and any sales that they have going on. So it really helps the channel, and I appreciate it, and it'll save you some extra money. So if you're interested in any board from B1, use code Redwood Boarding. Links in the description. Alright, we are back to what is in the box, and I just gotta say, like, once again, even the packaging is nice on this. Like, it's pretty ridiculous. It's so satisfying. Take this all apart, and then that's where we get to all of the extra goodies. You guys probably been waiting for this. So B1 was awesome. Lily from B1 went ahead and sent me these extra 110mm airless rubber wheels. I'm really excited to try those out. They've got a really cool look to them. They're gonna fit right on the board. We have all the rest of this as well, so let's go ahead and get through it. Starting off, the remote is Hobbywing's newest model interface to work with the 9028 ESC built into the board. It's gonna have 4 speeds, consistent with a lot of things, and already the controls on this thing feel great. So you can hear the board went off behind me. The pairing is fantastic and really easy to do. Out of the box, this thing was pretty much charged up, so I've got no complaints there. I should mention that on the bottom of the remote, the charge port is USB-C, so that's super cool to see. I'm sick of all of the old micro USB. This is just a personal rant, but I'm glad to see companies out there making relevant recent products. This thing charges probably really fast compared to older outdated remotes as well. I did end up finding a USB-C cable to charge the remote with as well, so that's nice that that is included. Next up is going to be the charger. This 5-amp charger will charge the board fully in 2 to 3 hours if it's completely empty, so that's a great charge time. It's got a nice metal housing, so you can tell this thing's not going to overheat or cause any problems with battery cells or your house's wiring, which is always great. These things can be a safety hazard, so it's good to see B1 is paying attention there. Next up, we have an extra bag of hardware. It's super cool. An extra set of bearings for every single wheel and some extra screws. So looks like B1 thinks we're going to be using this thing for a while. It's cool that they included these to keep it going smoothly, and it definitely means that they see some longevity for their products. Next up are 2 mysterious black packages, which I have no idea what these things are. Let's get those opened up. Turns out they are mounting brackets for the lights, which we have yet to take out of the box and are right over here. So that's going to be to mount these guys, which are up next then. Looks like we're gonna have 4 lights all together, a pack of 2 red lights, a pack of 2 white lights. Cool thing about these, they're each gonna be 1,000 milliamps. The white lights there, red lights here. So front and back, both of them last for up to 2 hours and have waterproofing as well. So everything on this board is ready to be used in a cool way. So can't wait to get those on in another video. And it's crazy to keep going back in here and keep pulling things out, but that is, I guess, how B1 does it, is they like to hook you up with stuff. So out next, I'm just gonna pull this off the top. Looks like they give us a case. And this thing is camouflage, so if you have bad eyesight, you know, watch out, because it'll disappear on you. But seriously, looks really nice, like it'll be a custom fit, even has a little area for a lanyard to attach there. So, and then we're also gonna have, looks like, all of the basic tools, hex pattern, and then your classic skate tool to maintenance all of the wheels, everything like that. And this actually doesn't look as cheap or cheap at all. A lot of times you get these things and you can tell that it's just made out of like something low grade, but this has actually got some heft. So thanks on that one as well, B1. And then out of the other package, I pulled this, which is a really nice toe handle. This thing is solid. It's nice and textured, but it's got a heavy feel to it. So that looks like that'll attach to the rear base plate. I think it's strong enough, even especially with the mounting plates on that thing and the strong board, that you could hang the board by this entirely, which is a super cool thing to see. Not only is it going to make it easier to move around, but that thing might be awesome as a wall mount as well. All right, we'll see. Oh, and this looks like, yeah, just packaging, hold the place there. Maybe if you get something different, goes along with the box, but just smart use of the packaging there, which leaves us with these beautiful 110mm airless wheels. So let's pull those out. Man, all I can say is these things are awesome. I can't really capture it with the light. It's later at night here, but all I can say is I am excited to do another video putting these on the board later on to show you what that looks like. And that is going to be it for our first exclusive look at this beautiful board. It is so nice. If you're interested in your own, feel free to use Redwood Boarding as your code at the checkout to save extra money.
Been at it already, had my tarot read. Things are looking up for me, that's what my tarot said. Been pumping out pheromones and wearing red. Young Jerry Lawler, a king, but they're not aware of it.